What's up guys, my name is Robin and I make stuff. I'm taking a user comment who asked me how I would do foggy trees with watercolor pencils, and my answer is I don't freaking know. We're gonna figure it out together. I'm gonna take you through all of my process. We're gonna talk it out, see what works. I'm sure there are plenty of people out there who have experience with watercolor pencils. I, on the other hand, do not. I happened to accidentally use them one day and I realized the pencil sketch that I put down for my watercolor painting was changing color and not coming out of my paper. And all my students were like, Robin, that looks really cool. You should do that more often. So I bought some watercolor pencils. And then I had somebody ask me, how do you do foggy trees with watercolor pencils? So we're gonna try it out. As always, if you like hanging out with me, I love that for us. Thanks for being here. Make sure you like this video. And if you haven't already done so, subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate your support. Let's figure out how in the heck we make foggy trees. And if you have something to say about it, that's fine. I welcome all of your comments and your opinions. For this video, I am using a 90-pound piece of arch paper that I have ripped down, and this is very small, about the size of the palm of my hand. And I recommend that you start with something like this when you're trying to figure out what the heck it is that you're doing. You're trying a new technique, you're trying out a new color, whatever it is. If you haven't seen watercolor pencils before, well, now you have. You're welcome. I have not really tried this technique, so there's going to be a lot of trial and error. And like I said, if you have an opinion, let me know how you think I could do it better. Or don't. Art is art, and we're all here trying to figure it out together and trying to figure out what makes us feel good about the art that we do. Let's see, I've got a bark, a leaf green, ink black, teal green, apple green. Why am I taking these all out, you guys? I don't even really know. When I mix watercolor paints together, I mix the colors. Do you put these down first or do you put water down first? We're gonna try both ways. Does it flow into the water? I don't know. Gosh, I don't know. Okay, let's just try something. A little nervous to put this down on my actual piece of paper, even though it's a very lightweight, inexpensive piece of paper. I don't want to have to tape down another one. So I have this mixed media piece of paper here. If I draw that on my paper, and let's say I draw it pretty dark, I mean, I'm kind of filling it in. I'm gonna get my small round brush, get some water, put some water on that. Okay, now it's moved that color around. I don't even really see where I drew that color anymore. Barely. I can sort of barely see that little section of line. What happens if I now draw in there? Oh, it's really, really dark. And it kind of pulls the color a little bit like it would in wet on wet, just a little bit. And what if I want to soften this down below? You can do that too. Interesting. What if I want to use a paper towel and kind of move some of that color? Okay, that stayed. What if I want to mix colors together? Wow, that is some bright green. What if I want to put this in there? This is leaf green. Can I blend these together on the paper? Let's see. These are kind of blending a little bit. Let's do that in a new spot. Okay, so we've got this leaf green. It looks like brownish. And then we've got this teal green. Let's put them side by side with a little bit of an overlap. And I'm going to come in here and blend those together a little bit. Interesting. I do find that you kind of keep the area that you very first drew. Like that kind of stays, unfortunately. I could take this color and use that now that I've lifted it off to then kind of start drawing my trees, and then I can add some water down below, and that acts just like my watercolor would, where it flows into the water. When we do a foggy tree with watercolor, I have a whole video on that, I'll put a link. We're gonna get our color, and I'm just gonna go dark. We're just gonna do some examples. We're gonna get our color, and there's a lot of different ways to do this. For the sake of this demonstration, here's how we're gonna do it. We have a tree top that's pointy, and it kind of gets broader towards the bottom, and I'm kind of just going back and forth, back and forth. And with your regular paint, your regular watercolor, you're putting the color on the paper right away wet. With your colored pencils, that's not the case. You're putting the color on the paper dry, and then you have to wet it. So in my brief experience with watercolor pencils, you have to do a couple extra steps, maybe one extra step. But now that this is on here wet, and I have some paint sitting at the bottom of these trees, I can now come in, clean my brush off, dry it off just a little bit, and then come along the bottom edge here, and we're going to pull that wet paint color. Okay. I can come back down along the bottom edge there and add a little more water, and that paint is going to go where the water is. I can add a little bit more tree definition over there, whatever. Okay, so that's going to get nice and soft in there, and that's what we want. If you want to do that with a watercolor pencil, we're going to draw our trees, and this is harder when you're trying to go lighter. So I'm going to draw my trees kind of the same way. These cones, they all kind of touch together at the bottom. Then we're going to activate the paint with a wet paintbrush, starting at the top and just kind of activating that. I don't have a ton of water on here, but enough to activate the paint and turn it into paint. Okay, and I want a lot of that at the bottom. So same over here, touching that wet brush to the paint that I drew on my paper. It's weird to even say that. So trying to get enough that it's deposited along the bottom edge of that. Because then what we'll do is we'll rinse our brush off, dry it off just a little, come along the bottom like we did with the other one, and we'll touch it to that paint. I don't want that hard edge, right? So I clean my brush off again, draw my water touching that edge, and putting clean water here. That paint is going to move through that. And I can just come in here and pull a few more little pieces so it doesn't feel so like it just ends. But you kind of gotta, if you're just using watercolor pencils, you kind of gotta plan ahead. But that's gonna soften up pretty nicely. You do get some kind of funny little textures in there when you're doing that. Not the end of the world. If you don't mind that, then that's great. What if we want to do something a little bit lighter back in here? With our watercolor, we would just get a much lighter color on our palette. So if I used that before, and I'm using this now, I would come in and do a much lighter color, stopping above this area here. So maybe there are some trees right here. And kind of depositing that paint along the bottom. Clean our brush off. Tap it dry just a tad. I don't want to put a puddle. And then just kind of come along the bottom. And if I want to put a few little extra ideas up in there of some trees, I can. But that's nice and soft right there, which is what we're trying to get at when we're doing foggy trees. So if we want to do something like that with this pencil, oh boy. All right. Let's all stop and have a moment of prayer, because I don't know if this is going to work. We're going to put very light cones, pointy little things. We want them to kind of come together. I would obviously do this backwards. I would work light to dark. It's what you typically want to do in a lot of your watercolor paintings. All right, so then I'm going to clean my brush, make sure it doesn't have any paint on there. And then I'm going to activate it. I really want that color to kind of come down to the bottom. Kind of just going back and forth. A little bit of texture, suggestion of branches in there. Okay, so we got all that paint right at the bottom, hopefully. Clean our brush out and come along the bottom right there. Clean it out again and finish that off. And just a few little extra trees in there. If we wanted to do something even darker, we would come in here and really put that pencil down. If you want to mix the colors together, I think you could do that. Put a little bit of this green in there. Clean my brush off. Now I've got a little bit of paint on here, so I'm just going to keep moving that around as I go to each new area. I don't want to get rid of it because I want as much paint in here as possible. Okay, that's definitely darker. Clean my brush off, come down along the bottom of that. And put that suggestion of trees in there so it doesn't just end. Clean my brush off again, come to the bottom of where that water was that I left off on. clean my brush off again and just kind of keep moving that down. That's how I would do foggy trees with a watercolor pencil. You can see the side by side of each one. This one feels a little more rigid in terms of like how you control it. This one a little more free flowing. Ultimately, you can accomplish something very similar between the two. The watercolor pencil might take an extra step or two, but hey, if that's what you've got to work with, then work with it. Do what feels good to you. Thanks so much for hanging out. I'll see you next time that I make stuff.